So I just need to have like big vacations so that it forces me to work really hard, then go vacation, work really hard. There you go.
Good morning.
Morning.
So I'm assuming we're gonna have some stragglers this morning since some of our agents started out the day at the Expo event in Thanksgiving Point, so we won't glare at people if they come in late. We have headshots on the 14th. That is today. Is that today? Yes. All right. So we've got headshots today. If you did not get an appointment with Nick Cacabella and do want to get your headshots taken today, just see him and see if he's got any times left available. And then we do have, as I said, the Real Estate Expo. I expect some of our agents that are there this morning are going to be filtering in time to see Alan Matheson. If you wanted to attend this and did not make it out this morning, you can hightail it out of here right after team meeting, and you should be able to make it before the end to get to check out those vendors, build some of those relationships, and get some free food and some swag. We are in the middle of Ignite Week, and so if you haven't had a chance to review the schedule for Ignite, please take a look at those classes, see if there's anything that you are focused on in your business right now. And remember that you can audit any of the individual sessions of Ignite, as well as attend all of Ignite as many times as you would like. So I think that it's fair to say that it would be impossible to just attend Ignite once and learn everything that there is to know about negotiations or lead generation or contact close. And so so this is a great opportunity to continue your learning and building your skill set. And then a reminder, if you know of any prospective agents that are getting ready to enter the industry, if they have not yet started their pre-licensing coursework, we do have scholarships available that cover pre-licensing as well as some career counseling. So make sure that you connect us with them. You can see me to make that introduction, or Terry Butler, who is here a couple of times a week. And then we also have an exam prep night. So whether or not these prospective agents have been doing their pre-licensing through the Kaplan K-Score system with us, they're welcome to join us to get ready for their test. We just got confirmation that our newest KW agent passed her exam this morning. So we've got really good results with getting people through this process when they attend those prep nights. And then we have on the 15th, it's a heavily loaded day. So from 1 to 2:30 at our Salt Lake office on Brickyard, Kimber is going to be presenting our next Home Hub training. This is on creating defining moments. So again, working through your surprise and delight campaign. If you are not receiving referrals and repeat business from your clients, your surprise and delight campaign may not be as delightful as you think it is. So meet with Kimber and work on getting that updated, and lunch will be provided. And then if you are working on reaching that cap level, if that is your next milestone that you're going to be reaching in your career, we do have a mastermind once a month. That's going to be on Wednesday from 3 to 4. So finish creating defining moments and then hightail it back here to attend this mastermind with Eladio and Shauna. And then stick around after that for confection and connection. So that is 4 to 5. This is a social hour, an opportunity for agents who are newer to KW to get to know the Agent Leadership Council and to get to know other agents in the Market Center. This is also an event we would love for all of you to attend. So whether you are brand new to KW or you've been with us for decades, 2 decades, around 20 years here, but that's no matter. We would love for you to attend this. It's a great opportunity for us to just get to know each other. As the market center grows, it can be really easy to look around at the sea of faces and say, I just don't recognize half of these agents. So take the time to come and get to know them, let them get to know you, and most importantly, Jordan McQueen bakes something amazing. So, Blake has a comment.
I'm told it's homemade cinnamon rolls.
All right, homemade cinnamon rolls is the Jordan McQueen specialty of the month. We have had some sort of a cake, it was like a amaretto cake with an almond icing, was amazing. Turnovers are still my favorite. Yeah, if for no other reason than to try whatever Jordan McQueen is baking this month, come to Convection and Connection, and that's again 4 to 5 here at the Market Center on the 15th. Then the 16th, the Gamboa team is presenting how to utilize your home equity to buy more properties. And that is going to be here at the Market Center at 7 p.m. So there's a QR code. You are welcome to register for that if you would like to attend. A reminder that the Real Tour happens monthly. You've got the East Tour and the West Tour. If you have listings that you would like to have included on this tour, it is a great way to get feedback for your sellers, to have exposure of your property to more agents, and to do some networking with agents. So you can register if you have any properties that you would like to have on the tour. Whether or not you have a property on the tour, you are welcome to attend the tour. And you don't have to register in order to attend, especially for newer agents that are working on building their market share, understanding a little bit more about inventory and how properties compare to one another. This is a great opportunity to see multiple listings in a row. Value Squared. We are picking back up with our Value Squared workshops. So these are on Thursday from 12:30 to 2. Last month, we were focused on listings. And so we went through how to identify, articulate, and demonstrate your value to your sellers, and really did a deep dive in analyzing, is the value that you're promoting actually true value? And does it matter to the sellers? Because I would say that if it doesn't, it might be valuable to someone, but it is not valuable to them. And so our focus last month was on sellers. We are focusing this month, these workshops, on buyers. And more critical than any market we have ever worked in, for you to be able to very clearly articulate your value to buyers, particularly since you are going to be having these conversations with buyers up front, where you are creating an agreement to work for them and what your compensation will be before you have the opportunity to demonstrate what that value is. You're going to have to be really, really good at articulating. So we will be working on that the 16th and the 23rd. Those 2 sessions will be open to all agents. So they are open to agents for our Market Center. If you have guests that you would like to invite, the more the merrier. Together we all achieve more, and the better our industry is as a whole, the better we will all fare moving forward. The last Thursday of the month, we will have our Value Squared workshop that we will have as a closed session and ask it to just be agents within our brokerage. That's the session that we will focus on bundling and unbundling compensation. And to enable us to talk about that in real numbers and real percentages, we just need to keep that conversation with our brokerage holders. So last Thursday of the month is only for us, but the first 2 sessions, you are welcome to invite others to. And then we are continuing our series of live demonstrations of listing appointments and buyer consultations. So this is something in talking with our broker as she has spoken with agents about where the stuck places are in their business, or what they're focused on. There has been the comment frequently, I wish I could just go shadow an agent. I wish I could just go see an agent do their listing presentation or hold a buyer consultation. And so, and I definitely understand that sentiment. I feel like for my learning style, it's one thing to hear about it, but being able to just see it and experience it is what makes it sort of all make sense for me. And so we are attempting to support that and give you the opportunity to shadow some of our top agents as they present their buyer consultation live or their listing consultation. And so that way we can have multiple agents shadowing them at once without crowding a seller's kitchen. So our next one is going to be the 17th, and that will be a listing presentation. And then I think the following week is the buyer consultation.
Sort of RSVP or lunch
Just
invite?
show on up. There is no lunch. If you want lunch, you should bring a brown bag. And don't chew too loudly because that can be just a little bit distracting during the consultation. And then the 21st, so a week from today, we have our next Phone Blitz Bingo. Eladio Serrano will be running that bingo, keeping the energy high and supporting agents that are here for that Caliente bingo day. So it'll be 9 to 11. A reminder, we're not calling through the same sources. So something that I've heard from agents is, oh, I'm not going to come to participate in bingo because I don't call expireds or I don't call for sale by owners. I only call my sphere of influence. Great. Come join us this day. Call your sphere of influence. Invite them to Splash Summit. Connect with the people that you would be connecting with during your prospecting time. The power of the bingo day is just being able to lean into the energy from one another, all be focused on generating more business for yourself, and it does not have to be from the same source. It's a really great opportunity to get yourself to pick up that 500-pound phone and actually do what you know needs to happen in order to keep your business sustainable, because it is easier to do that when other people around you are involved in the same misery. It's a great opportunity to hear other people having conversations, and anytime I have done prospecting in a group situation, I have heard something that someone else in the room has said that has just been a money line that I have then infused into my own calls. And so it's a great opportunity to learn from one another, great opportunity to support one another, and an opportunity to have fun while you're doing it. And because I am a high I personality, if it's not fun, I'm not going to do it. So for any of you that are the same, this is a great way to get yourself to do it. Yes, ma'am.
Any chance we could actually use this for Splash Summit?
It is
too?
a great chance we could use this for Splash Summit. In fact, I highly encourage it. All right, and then next week for team meeting, it is April Award and Market Stats. So we will be celebrating our accomplishments from last month, going through the updated stats from UAR, and we're going to be talking a little bit about kind of our continued focus on the conversations that you're having around this post-NAR settlement. And then the 21st after team meeting from 12, it's not 12:30 a.m., it's 12:30 p.m. Nobody show up here at midnight. But from 12:30 p.m. until 2 p.m., we will have Fear of Free. So a conversation that I've heard even from some really top agents that I feel like have a solid mindset overall is, am I going to have to work for free? Do they expect that I'm going to work for free? And so if our top agents, who I would see as being very strong and capable in their skills and again, in their mindset, are having this conversation, I know that at some level, all of our agents are having this conversation or here. And so this lunch and learn is going to be focused on that very question. And the answer is no, you're not going to be expected to work for free as long as you learn the skills to navigate that. So we will be going through the conversations, strategies, and how you are going to negotiate your compensation both with your own clients and with the sellers and listing agents. Next month is Pride Month, y'all. Everyone share. So we have a few events happening within the Market Center. And then one kind of ongoing mastermind that I wanted to make all of you aware of. So there's a Rainbow Real Talk This is an LGBTQIA+ real estate mastermind. This is being hosted by Nate Sassy from our Salt Lake office. All agents that identify as LGBTQIA+ are welcome to come and join into this mastermind. And by all agents, I mean both within Keller Williams and out in the market. And so my ask to you is if you are aware of agents that might be interested in attending this, that you make them aware of it. It's so important and a part of our mission as a company that we create a safe space for everyone. And this is a great opportunity for us to do this. So the 23rd from 5 to 7, this first one is going to be at Gracie's. Then in June, we are going to have a booth at Pride. And our focus at the Pride Festival is not selling houses or recruiting agents, but really just celebrating Pride, celebrating community, and demonstrating the community that we have here at KW. And do you want to share anything about this?
Sure. So it's advertised under the KW Rainbow Network umbrella. So it's a social event, which is why we're not really pursuing business, so to speak, but more just showing people that the Keller Williams is very inclusive with the people that work there. We're going to be sending out a Google form. I don't know, you're going to talk about that. Like,
So we will be sending out a Google form. We have space for
10 each day.
okay, 10 agents each day of Pride to participate in this. And while this is not specifically about building business, we are in the relationship business. It is about building relationships. And so this is a great opportunity for you to still extend your network and build friendships, relationships, which can then serve you in business. So the Google form will be going out. We're looking at having 2 shifts of 5 agents each day to be in the booth. And this is not anything that you need to feel obligated to participate in. And if this is something that you feel passionate about and want to be at, we would love to have you participate in it. We're going to have t-shirts and swags and giveaways, and I mean, Lindsay and I are going to be there, so again, it's going to be a good time. Then our annual Pride Potluck is June 13th. Once again, Ashley Lindsay has generously offered to host this event. Always a lot of fun. So mark your calendars for that now. Again, that's 5 to 8 p.m. on the 13th. And then we've got Proud Out Loud. We've got our Pride Music Party. This is an idea that was sort of born on the dance floor with Lindsay and I. In case you're wondering how decisions around here get made, sometimes we've got to dance it out. And we were at the Sister Wives was putting on a concert at Ice House. And Sister Wives is a very popular local band who Josh Stern plays with. And so I have always wanted to hear them play. They did not disappoint. There was a huge crowd there. It was a lot of fun. And somehow we decided that we wanted to hear this band play again at a concert that we produced and promoted to raise money for Encircle. And because Lindsay is an executor, this is actually coming together instead of just being a really great idea that we had one time. So June 15th from 4 to 8 p.m. We have Sister Wives, Ginger and the Gents.
it's Mutant Celery is the
Mutant
DJ.
Celery is the DJ. All right, the DJ and Mutant Celery. And all proceeds are going to go to benefit Encircle. In putting this together, we have a few asks. So the concert's going to be hosted at my house. I've got an acre with a tiny little house in the middle of it, so plenty of space for people, but there is not parking. So how I've handled events in the past is to have a couple of golf carts to just run back and forth from the neighborhood to the house to bring people from their cars. I have rented those in the past, and we will do that again if that's what we need to do. But again, where we want as much of our funds raised to go to Encircle as possible. If anyone owns a golf cart that they would be willing to let us use for this event, please let us know. Also an outdoor stage. I know we've got some musicians, and so if you, again, these are things that we will rent if we need to, but we thought we would throw it out to the community, and then outdoor shade tents. And then we're also looking for a few event sponsors. So, if you can help us out with any of those things, please see Lindsay, and, regardless, please mark your calendars and plan to attend this event. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Robin, are we like capping it out, like how many tickets? Cause I have ideas and
We are going to be meeting with somebody who puts on events today, and I feel like we will have a better idea of how many people we can host. I've thrown events there and had 150 people and we were fine. But I failed. I know you can't fail the KPA, but if you can fail that shapes part of the KPA, I did. And so I would like to defer to somebody who has a better idea.
Would you just go one slide back so I take notes, please?
Yeah.
Just one more minute.
This one or that one?
No,
This one.
yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
We're strongly encouraging rideshare though as well. And I'm
Yes.
putting together an Eventbrite for this event. So, hopefully next week I'll have a QR code up here. You can scan it, go right to Eventbrite and purchase your ticket.
All right.
Thank you.
Who has listings coming soon that they are very excited to brag about? Yeah, Lori.
Okay, just first of all, I told you all about my Tooele County listing, and if you belong to the Facebook page, I just posted a picture of the chicken coop. Yeah, so it's so cute. So that's hitting this week, and then also I have a home in South Jordan, 3420 South, 11508 South, Loma Linda Drive. It'll go live this week. It's 5,500 square feet, 4 bedrooms, plus a den, plus a craft room, on about a third of an acre, built in 2017, beautiful home, and will be at $1,275,000. It'll hit tomorrow.
Excellent. I have to tell you, after our conversation about your chicken coop last week, my Instagram feed that night was like chickens, silky chickens, designer chicken coops. So your phones are listening. All right, any other coming soon listing? Tony,
We got a condo west of Adobe in Lehigh, in the Davenport condo, they priced at $470. It'll be seller financing available. It's 5 bedroom, 3 baths with the largest backyard in the condo complex. And, let's see, what else should I say about, oh, it's one of the best run HOAs in Lehigh.
all right.
What's the price?
470 with seller financing, and prices negotiable on, based on down payments.
All right, any other coming soon? Going one. Getting purchase only going one, moving on. Congratulations to agents who had listings last week. Joel Frost, Karen Hansen, Adrian Moreno, Dana Conway, Heidi Rowe, Tana Barker, Ashley Lindsay, and Joe Reardon. Let's go 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that one. And then a quick reminder that we did win Best of State again. The celebration for this is on the 24th, and we will make sure that there are pictures for you available from the gala that you can share on your socials if you so choose. But regardless, be sure to go into the Home Hub and get your marketing collateral. Again, this is your award. You won Best of State. Well done. I knew you had it in you all along. And this is a great proof of success for you to share with your clients and your database. All right, happy anniversary to Lily, Margarita, Audrey, Mackenzie, Josh, Chris, Carrie, Lisa, Nick, Tammy, Barbara, and Robert. We are so grateful that you choose to be in business with us. And now I'm gonna turn off the microphone because I don't need to be singing louder than all of y'all, so make sure that your voices are very loud. We're gonna sing happy birthday. We'll say first names from top to bottom. Wait, are we ready? Except these before.
Yeah.
This is the wrong one. Just kidding. We're not singing this month, you guys. We're gonna sing next week, with our May birthdays, because I'm not doing the birthday song for free. You guys already got
Sing
it.
it to me again.
All right, you've got a copy of your market at a glance. And be sure, remember that the power of the market at a glance is being able to compare week to week, month to month, and then eventually even year to year. So hang on to those. They are included in your recap emails, so you can go back to find a particular week. But really look for the trends, especially if it's a price point that you are currently working with a buyer, or a price point that you are listing a property or have a property currently listed. Lightning fast marketing moment. So if you have just a few minutes to do prospecting, let's say you are heading to an appointment, you've got a few minutes before your next appointment and you're going to make a call, how do you decide who you're gonna call? Not Ghostbusters.
Holy Spirit.
However the spirit moves you. Well, if you don't want to rely on however the spirit moves you, there is a new feature in Command that you may have noticed, and that is your most active contacts. So if you are managing your database through Command, when you scroll to the very bottom of your dashboard, do you have a slide? When you scroll to the very bottom, it's okay. When you scroll to the very bottom of your dashboard, you will see most active contacts. This tells you the folks that have been most active recently in behavior that Command has identified might be buying or selling behavior. You can go into Command, if you look at that and say, oh, I know that that person is not doing anything right now. I know why they've been looking at properties. This is what it is, and I don't want to continuously see their name pop up. You can have them snoozed, you can hide them. Hidden, that's the word I'm looking for. But this is a great opportunity. Now, please don't be creepy. Don't call them and say, I see that you have been the most active, and I'm wondering if you are thinking of buying and selling. Call them and have a normal conversation like a normal person that you would be having with anybody in your database. You just can know that you are then reaching out to the people who are more active, more likely to be receptive to the conversation, if nothing else, more engaged in connecting in what's happening in the real estate market right now. And if you've got questions on how to use this, suggest.
So yeah, is that the?
Yeah, so when you scroll to the bottom of your Command, that's what you'll see, is just most active
And
contacts.
to be fair, it might not be on your main page, depending on how you
Use
have
your
your.
microphone.
Oh, sorry, yes, that's right. It might not be on your main page, you may have to add it, and I can show you how to add it. Luckily Cameron's was on the bottom, so it's easy, but some might not be.
All right, thank you to Pro Media for being here today to sponsor our team meeting. And I'll have you share just a couple of minutes of who you are and what you do, and then we will bring up Alan Matheson.
Thank you guys so much for letting us be here.
If it was.
No, just then,
It is all good.
we'll send it out.
Yeah, we can send
All
it
good.
every time.
So my name's Austin. I am with Pro Media. I'm one of the photographers and marketers. Usually I have a nice little thing to show off some of our work and some of the things that we've done, but we've also brought some flyers and stuff that you guys can pick up when you guys head to the back for lunch. We are a full service media real estate company. We do everything from photos to drone to video to Matterport to pretty much anything that you can think of that you would need for listing to marketing. Our job is to not only make your property look pleasing and appealing and draw people in that way, but our job is also to help market you. So that next time you go into your next listing meeting, that marketing is the last thing that holds you back. So usually this is the moment I would be like, here's some of our examples. But you guys will be able to look at that on your own time, and I'll bring in some flyers for that, but we really do appreciate the work that anybody does. And, for people that want to go with us on our flyers, there'll be a code for getting $300 off on your first state. So that if you guys want to try us out, low risk, I'll have some flyers in the back ready for you guys that you guys can check that out. But unfortunately, because I don't have as much examples, does anybody have any questions about us or what we do?
Their stuff is way pretty.
And when we send out the recap, we'll include the presentation that they have. I used them for my last listing. They did photos, video, did a great job. So I'll include those links so you can take a look at their work. All right, well, thank you again for being here and for all of the great work you do for our agents.
I will be here for a while if anybody does have any questions.
Perfect. Thank you so much. And then I want to get the maximum time available with our guest speaker, so I'm going to keep my introduction short. Thank you very much to Executive Director of The Point and Utah Business named CEO of the Year, Alan Matheson, for being here with us today. Huge round of applause. Alan, would you?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay. You wanna wear it or do you wanna hold it?
I'll put this. Great. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate the opportunity to be here and the introduction. We'll see if.
Okay, sorry,
Oh.
touch this. Touch.
Perfect. Well, I really do appreciate the opportunity to be here and share with you an exciting project. It's one that we've been working on for some time. It's been in the minds of state leaders for some time, and I think can really provide remarkable opportunities to the state. So we know that things are going well in Utah. Lots of awards, recognition of things that we're doing in the state. Most recently, a couple of weeks ago, U.S. News and World Report again naming Utah the top state in the country. But those things can't be taken for granted. We can't just assume that'll continue. We need to continue working on it. And in fact, as part of what we're trying to do at The Point, we recognize that this can't be viewed simply as a development project. Even if it's a successful development project, I'm going to be disappointed because it has to accomplish more. This is state land owned by all of us, all residents of the state. We need to make sure that it provides a return in terms of innovation, in terms of economic development, in terms of creating opportunities for the next generation. And so all what we're working on is designed to do that. And I'm going to talk a little bit today, maybe, so I don't need to tell you location. This site of the former Draper State Prison, 600 acres, is in a remarkable location, right between two of the fastest growing metropolitan regions in the country, served by infrastructure, so it abuts I-15, kind of in the elbow with Bangerter Highway, heart of Silicon Slopes, an active high-tech area, right between major universities. Beautiful setting, state-owned, so we have an opportunity to be a little bit more patient and get it right. We don't have to meet those quarterly profit statement goals. We have to do it right for the next generation. So all of that is important. Who is running this effort? So the legislature created the Point of the Mountain State Land Authority in 2018. Hired me as a director in 2019. This is a group that is appointed by the governor, the speaker of the House, the president of the Senate, and oversee the decision-making on
site. You'll see there are 4 legislators, 3 mayors, heads of key state agencies, private sector, but also the Commissioner of Higher Education, which should tell you a little bit about priorities here.
Could you expand, what do you mean by that? Like, there will be a university there or something?
I'm gonna tell you all about it. So, we are not operating in a vacuum. We're operating under direction from the legislature. And after extensive public process, thousands of Utahns being involved, before this entity was ever created, the public identified a number of things they think ought to happen in the Point of the Mountain region. So think Sandy to Saratoga Springs. And this is a key area, 20,000 undeveloped acres. What happens here will make a huge difference in the future of the state. Are we going to create opportunities, or are we going to create the biggest traffic jam between Mexico and Canada? So we've got to think about all of that. The ideas that came out of that public process were translated directly into statute. These are our marching orders to workforce development, job creation, strategic balance of uses, housing that meets the workforce needs. Talks about world-class transportation, sustainability, reducing energy use, resource use, coordinating with surrounding communities, open space, natural areas, innovation, research, kind of all things to all people. That creates a challenge for us, but it's one that we accept because we need to do something here that will help solve problems in the state and continue to set Utah apart. Should I just do the, if I, do I just, okay, I think I'm getting it. Maybe. So again, reached out to people, asked them about preferences for retail, entertainment, open space, transit, ways to get around. They want to see things that we haven't seen in Utah before. Let's see, doing this. We're trying both ways. It's going both ways. Let me try this. Let's just do this. All right. So, sustainability is a big part of this. We live in an area that's kind of a sensitive environment, working in the public, but they want us to keep in mind the beauty of the state, preserve that beauty. So we said we've got to start with the demolition, even before we start building. And there was an awful lot of concrete and steel on that site, as you might imagine. I think now we said 76% of the materials on the site have been recycled, all of the concrete, and all of the concrete's been crushed. You'll see piles of it on the site if you drive by. All that's going to be used for road base, used for foundations, etc. All the metal, the rebar, etc. Recycled. We saved well over 8,000 heavy truck trips, which had an impact on roads, on air quality, on noise, etc. So again, starting from the beginning to try to do it right. Let's talk a little bit about what's next. Phase 1 development. Typically, you would start a development on the edges where there's existing infrastructure, work your way in as you start to make some money. We're doing it a little differently because we made a commitment to the people of the state to deliver something different and special. We also know that we need to create the placemaking as we try to recruit companies that have never looked at Utah before. So rather than just showing renderings, we want to deliver something on the ground. It's a great setting, a lot of open space, a lot of mixes of uses, and I'm going to talk about that. We're starting in the middle with 100 acres. We've gone through a process of selecting development partners. That was a brutal process. They said most rigorous they've ever seen or experienced anywhere in the country. But we had to get the right team. We did. group, Lincoln Property Company. They're a national group that's built these kinds of communities all over the country. And also some local presence with Wadsworth and Pomona. We've developed a development agreement with them that establishes some significant performance measures that they need to meet. And we're ready to go. Infrastructure has started. Some of the pipes have gone in for natural gas. You'll start to see the roads going in, wet and dry utilities, electricity, fiber, et cetera. And all of that in preparation for building out this area. You can see there kind of the mix of uses. Yellow, of course, residential, blue, office. The red is the retail. You probably can't see all of this, but over 2 million square feet of office, 3 million square feet of residential, 360 square feet of retail, some hospitality, entertainment area, Convergence Hall, which I'll talk about a little bit more, which is kind of the first foot in the door on the innovation campus. You can see this area here is part of what we call the River to Range Trail. So there will be a connection that'll go from the Jordan River Parkway into this site, through the site, over I-15, and connect with the trail system east of I-15, part of the most extensive trail system west of the Mississippi. No, that's good. We're good then. There's a Central Park up here, a main street that we call the Promenade. It's got a walkable, world-class shopping, restaurants and shops that you haven't seen in Utah before. And then again, a mix of office and residential around. Housing's a big deal. And since we started, the emphasis on housing and affordable housing has changed, much higher priority. And so we know that we need to do our part as a state entity to have a range of housing types that meet the needs of the people that are going to live in the state or work in the state. So everything from rental, lots of multifamily, there'll be some owner occupied. We'll probably see that going in. Most of it's going to be more intense developed, meeting the needs of kind of a younger, high-tech market. And I should mention that we've got a commitment from our developers that 12.5% minimum of all the housing will meet affordability criteria. So 30%, 60% of average area median income or below, and balance is below 80% AMI. So we'd like to do more than that. We're going to try to do more than that. It's hard to do affordability on what may be the most valuable land in the state, but we're going to do what we can. Transportation, huge. I think everybody that I talk to is worried about what happens. Transportation, potential congestion. And so we've got a comprehensive plan. We've brought in some international experts to help us identify the best strategies anywhere in the world and find the best balance of those strategies here. And in fact, we can model out over a 30% reduction in traffic generation from this site, which is world-class. It's going to consist of a number of things, working with UDOT on road connections that'll connect to I-15, changes to I-15 that'll look somewhat like you see in Lehigh now with the one-way frontage roads and what we call Texas turns. There'll be transit in the area, front runner station, so commuter rail will connect to the whole region. Light rail line that'll go from commuter rail through the site down into Utah County. Mobility hubs, car sharing, bikes, scooters, and in fact, air taxis. We have an RFP out right now for a consultant to help us design vertiports for the site.
RFP means what?
Request for proposal. Yeah. So this isn't going to happen right away, but we know that the technology is emerging, and we want to make sure that we're not making decisions now that will foreclose opportunities in the future, like putting high buildings in a landing path, those kinds of things. Making sure that we're building parking garages with flat surfaces, so they can be used for swimming, pickup, those kinds of things. So, wide range of transportation modes and choices. Now let me talk a little bit about that innovation piece, and it goes to the university presence. One of the priorities here is advancing Utah's economic development goals. So we are supporting the key industry sectors that the state has identified, particularly life sciences, energy, and kind of high-tech, fintech. So the first building we think on the site is going to be Convergence Hall, which is being developed by the Utah System of Higher Education. So all of the universities, all of the colleges, tech centers, and they can have a presence there. It'll be a place where researchers can go. Surrounding the area will have labs and makerspace, really kind of linking with industry to create an ecosystem of innovation, a culture of creativity, a place where people can come, have the resources they need to take an idea from conception to commercialization. In fact, we're going to be sending out the request for proposals probably in the next week or two for architects to finish up the programming and design this first building. I want to give you a little sense of the experience, and I'll kind of go through this very quickly. But I mentioned that there's a promenade, this world-class shopping area, ground floor retail, residential, commercial, office above, dining, national retailers as well as boutique local retailers, and easy to get to from River to Range where people can bike into the site. This River to Range will serve a number of functions: transportation, as I just mentioned, wastewater management, but also recreation. People can gather, have their playgrounds along it, places to rest, gather. Mentioned the central green, which will have year-round programming. We've already got groups that have said that they want to bring in ice skating during the winter. And we think there'll be concerts and opportunities for families and friends to gather. Really accessible, right next to transit. Let me mention just a little bit about the economic impact. So a couple of years ago, we went to the Gardner Policy Institute at the University of Utah, and they do research for the state. And we had them look at a couple of scenarios. One was, let's sell this 600 acres off to the highest bidder and watch it develop consistent with what we've seen in the surrounding area, which is a perfectly appropriate way to go. The other scenario was to follow the model that we've set up, the framework plan. And they analyzed it based on income, taxes, etc. And had some, I thought, kind of interesting and shocking conclusions. They said that under that baseline, I'm just selling it off, we have about 8,600 jobs created at build out, roughly 2040. Under the framework plan, 46,500. Look at the income, the earnings that are generated from the site. About 690 million a year to 4.38 billion a year. And then if you look at GDP, gross domestic product, the total economic output from this site, the impact on Utah, it goes from 1.26 billion a year to over 7 billion a year. It's about 5 times the impact. And you say, how can that be? But it's the kinds of jobs that are attractive, the kinds of companies that come in, the wages that they pay, the spin-off economically that comes from it. So we think that this is going to generate a good return for the people of Utah, tax base that will go to fund infrastructure and education, social services, etc. It's gonna set an example for how we can grow more thoughtfully. Growth's coming. We can't stop it unless we make this a place no one wants to live. We're not gonna do that. So how can we grow in ways that generate less traffic, use less water, produce fewer air emissions, provide housing choices, et cetera? We hope this can be a model for others. Let me just say, this is a monumental task. And I feel times that we're a little overwhelmed. But we're just driven to do this right. Do it for the long term. Do it looking beyond the border of 600 acres. Say what makes a difference in the region and what can make a difference in the state. So appreciate what you do, your expertise in the real estate industry. And I think I'll wrap it up there. If there are a few questions, I'd be happy to try.
Do you have a time frame on phase one, kind of anticipated, start completion?
Yeah. So for phase one, I think we expect the first parcels to be taken down probably before the end of the year. First vertical construction to start early next year. The market, of course, will determine how long that takes, but we think full build out of phase one is probably 10 to 15 years. We'll be starting on future phases before phase one is completed. So probably get going phase two, or what we call sub-campuses. Corporate headquarters wants to come in, wants a specific area of the site, we can allow them to. Yes.
So when phase one is finished, can people buy them? When phase one is done, can people buy the homes and the condos already?
So, yes, we think most of it's gonna be rentals. But, there will be some owner occupied, probably less in phase one than in subsequent phases. But we think it's just an important way for people to start earning wealth, part of solving the problems in our state. I'm gonna give you a broader answer, tell you part of the challenge here. So as long as the state owns the land, we have land use authority and can make this vision a reality. It also allows the taxpayers to share in the value increase of the property. And gives the state a long-term revenue stream. So once we sell the land, then it becomes subject to Draper land use authority. And you can imagine the challenge of having a patchwork of land use authorities within one development. Very hard to accomplish a vision. So we're working on ways that we can get far enough along on the vision and then be able to start selling off the land, remove the state from the process.
Slides be available to us? Would you forward them on?
Yeah, be happy to share the slides. I think they're on the website. If you go to, we're gonna update our website soon, but if you go to thepointutah.org, you can get some of this information. Watch all of our board meetings if you're really desperate.
I'm gonna ask a question. I feel like I'm asking a very good question for something I know little about. But has the state thought about doing a land lease out where they are still the leaseholders of the land?
That is what we're doing. Yeah, so as long as the state owns it, we're gonna do long-term leases with the developers. So the development team will pay lease payments to us over time. Those leases will go back to pay off the money for the infrastructure with interest. And, but then there's an opportunity for purchase down the road. So it's a good question. A brilliant solution.
First, not every day we get a CEO of the year in here, so thank you for coming. It's a big round of applause for him. Let's give him.
Well, when they said 2024 CEO of the year, I thought that was the year. Actually, 2024 is the number to get it. So.
And event in the state.
Yep.
How does that play out in the legislature and everything? Because you got competing interests and you got to juggle that.
Yeah, shockingly, not everybody sees the world the same way. They get different ideas about what ought to happen. So we are a creature of the legislature. We report to the legislature. They provide our funding, marching orders. And so, to this point, state leadership has been very supportive. I think that there is a feeling that the state wants to remove itself from the process at the right time. And one of the reasons for going to the lease model is that we have flexibility to adjust over time. So state leadership is supportive, but we constantly have to be communicating, listening, understanding the different dynamics. Try to find the sweet spot between meeting the needs of a lot of different states. Yeah, well, be happy to visit with any of you if you call. We need the expertise, people like you who are in the community, understand the market, and can help us think through ways that provide a benefit to the people, not just economically, but also in terms of quality of life. Nobody does that better or with more expertise than folks do. Thank you very much. Thank you.
We have lunch provided by Pro Media & Co. in the kitchen and cafe area, so please stick around and join us for lunch.
Good to see you. How are you?